Welcome everyone. Today we're bringing you a rapid-fire explainer all about the Microsoft GH-100. If you're a GitHub administrator looking to validate your enterprise skills, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get right into it.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll demystify the GH-100 exam, talk about ideal candidates and benefits, and break down the 5 core topics. Then we'll cover the exam format, some practical study strategies, and cap it off with a sample exam question.
Okay, Section 1. Let's dive right into demystifying the GH-100 exam. So, what exactly is it?
Well, the GH-100 is Microsoft's official GitHub administration exam. It's essentially designed to evaluate how an enterprise administrator handles critical things like platform access, security, and real-world support decisions. And let me tell you, it's testing your actual administrative know-how, completely separating the facts from just playing around in practice tools. No shortcuts here.
Moving on to Section 2, Ideal Candidates and Benefits. Let's figure out exactly who should be sitting for this exam. This certification is really tailor-made for system administrators, software developers, application admins, and IT professionals in general. But consider this a friendly warning. This is definitely not for beginners. You really need to have a solid, intermediate-level working experience with GitHub Enterprise. As the study material perfectly puts it, passing this exam helps you turn scattered GitHub knowledge into a clear map of identity, access, security, governance, and actions. It's a fantastic way to clearly articulate your skills during interviews or in your day-to-day admin work. All right, Section 3, the 5 core topics. Let's shift our focus to the actual meat of the exam.
This brilliantly illustrates how the exam chunks all that complexity into 5 specific skill areas. You've got identity and access, which covers things like managed users, SAML, and two-factor authentication. Then there's enterprise administration, focusing on support bundles and licensing. Next up is security and compliance, so think policies and audit logs. You'll also be tested heavily on GitHub Actions, workflows, and runner choices. And finally, usage and optimization, covering API usage and metered products.
Up next, Section 4, Exam Format and Logistics. Let's get into the hard facts and numbers that I know every candidate craves before test day.
First up, the number 100. That is exactly how many minutes you will have on the clock to complete the real exam. Next is 700. That's your minimum passing score. Keep in mind, this arrives as a scaled result. It's not just a simple correct answer tally. When it comes to taking the exam, you have 2 Pearson VUE delivery methods. You can do it online proctored, meaning you test from a qualifying home or office setup, or you can go to a physical test center. The test center gives you a highly controlled environment, which really helps reduce any setup work on your end. Pick whichever one fits your comfort level. And hey, if things don't go perfectly the first time, don't sweat it. Microsoft's retake policy is pretty straightforward. If you fail, you can try again after exactly 24 hours for your first retake. It keeps your study plan realistic and steady. All right, let's jump into Section 5, Practical Study Strategies. Here is how you can structure your prep without wasting any of your precious time. We highly recommend this 4-week roadmap. For weeks 1 and 2, do your first pass across the main domains. In week 3, get into time to simulator practice. By week 4, do a second pass strictly targeting your weak spots. Then, it's exam day. Remember, steady repetition matters way more than cramming. A few pragmatic tips for you. Absolutely read the current Microsoft Study Guide and double-check those online exam rules before you even book. It's also super helpful to review the sandbox view just so you're totally familiar with the interface on test day. And finally, write short, plain word notes on your weak domains, focusing heavily on identity, access, and actions.
Now, moving to Section 6, Sample Exam Question. What's really interesting here is taking all of this theory and applying it practically. Let's take a look.
What do you need to successfully generate a support bundle on a GitHub Enterprise server? A. Approval from GitHub support. B. A custom GitHub action in the root repo. C. Administrator SSH access to the appliance. D. A GitHub app with read.org permissions.
The correct answer is C, Administrator SSH access to the appliance.
To explain that a bit further, a support bundle is created directly from the server environment itself. That absolutely requires administrator-level SSH commands on the appliance. Options like GitHub Apps or Actions just don't provide that necessary appliance-level access. Just keep in mind, as the source notes, the hardest questions often ask you to choose the best policy, access model, or workflow decision for a real enterprise setup.
This exam is checking how you think as an administrator, not just how well you memorize terms. So, are you ready to stop chasing shortcuts and start mapping out your GH100 success story today? To help you get there, we highly recommend using easyquiz.com for your exam preparation. Be sure to check out both their online web simulator and their convenient mobile app to really nail down your timing and perfect your practice. Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and best of luck on your exam.